And isn't that a problem with art? That in some ways, it ends up being the dollar value, right? And many of the people who are sort of hanging the art on their walls, they probably don't know all of this. And as an artist, it's probably difficult to say these things, right? Because you do want dollar value to be ascribed to your art, and you do want to sort of make a living. You do want to make a good living out of it.
Absolutely.
And you can't control what the person who buys, that what he thinks about it, how he values it, etc. Is that a problem in your mind?
So if you take an example like Sadequain, right? How he navigates all of that.
His paintings now go for hundreds of thousands of pounds. Dollars.
Right. So but how did he navigate all that?
How did he?
Right. And one could say that he himself lived within himself. Right. So he wore his sherwani. He had his spectacles. He called himself the faqir. He slept on the floor. He didn't really care much. He supported all his family.
Yeah.
Right. And so he didn't suddenly turn up in a very expensive car or something like that. Right. Did he keep himself, untainted through those kinds of actions? I don't know. Not everybody can do that. Right. How do you not let money and power corrupt in some way?
Yeah.
Right? And as you rightly say, we do need to make a living, and the creative community should have the right to live well.
Yes.
It's a fine balance. It's a really fine balance. And there's no easy answer. Right? A lot of difficult artists, for example, when they're gone, they're no longer alive, their families make a lot of decisions which the artists would have never done in their lifetime.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
You could have a whole world of museum and curatorial world who had previously found it impossible to deal with the artist.
Yes.
Right? And they can deal with the estate, or they can deal with the younger person in the family who is not so antagonistic or
attached to the work, or has,
so there are many reasons. So you have personalities like, so if you had, say, a Picasso, right? Picasso knew how to work with money.
Yeah.
He knew how to live well. He knew how to, he knew how to have multiple wives. He knew how to be a misogynist. He knew how to play with power. He knew, he had his alliances with the Communist Party. For the longest time, he was not allowed to go to the United States. There were many other things about Picasso which we will no longer talk about, right? But he knew how to live well and spend it, right? But there's irreverence. So if we compare Sadequain to Picasso, Picasso knew how to live well, spend, but he was irreverent. Sadequain couldn't be bothered about spending or have a taste for any of that. He claimed that I'm not interested in that kind of embellishment, right? But what they have in common is irreverence. And I think that's what it takes. Because money will come, should come. But if you're not constantly sucking up, right?
Yeah.
I think it keeps a good balance.
Yeah.